Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. In this video, we are going to look at the derivation of expectation augmented Phillips curve. We have already seen what Phillips curve is and what it explains, and the different versions of Phillips curve, the opinions of different economists regarding the Phillips curve, its existence in the short run, long run, etc. in the previous videos. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box so that you can watch those videos. So having said so, let's go to the derivation of the expectation augmented Phillips curve. We have to understand that the short run Phillips curve, it is derived out of the short run aggregate supply curve, and short run aggregate supply curve, it shows the relationship between the output and the price level. Now we have seen how Milton Friedman and Phelps have looked into the short run Phillips curve, and they have said about the existence of the short run Phillips curve, whether it exists short run Phillips curve, etc. or not exists or not, and what would happen if the Phillips curve go for the long run, what would happen, all the changes and all things were discussed by Milton Friedman and Edmund Phelps. So what they have done is that they have introduced the concept of expected inflation. Especially while going for the analysis in the long run, and in the short run, Phillips curve actually ignored for the effect of expected inflation on wage rate. We have to understand this difference. First of all, the short run Phillips curve has the main difference between the short run Phillips curve and long run Phillips curve is that the long run Phillips curve take into consideration the expected value of inflation, whereas the short run Phillips curve has not taken into consideration the expectations. Okay, now coming to the short run aggregate supply curve, in terms of price level, PT1 is equal to PT into 1 plus lambda y minus y star. The short run aggregate supply curve in terms of inflation rate is pi is equal to PT plus 1 minus PT by PT, or pi is equal to lambda y minus y star. Okay, from this you can understand the value of pi is equal to lambda y minus y star. Now going for the short run aggregate supply curve, the slope of the same would be equal to lambda is equal to epsilon y star, where epsilon is considered to be a parameter which would be higher is the slope of short run aggregate supply curve, and this is upward sloping. Now we have to understand that workers are interested in real wages and they are not at all interested in their nominal wages. So what they want is that their nominal wages should include expected inflation. That should take place between the time the wages are fixed and the time when the wages are paid, which would be fully adjusted for the inflation these workers expect. Now, the firms which we could see, these firms would agree to pay higher nominal wage because they will be able to sell their goods at a higher price. But when both the wage and price rise at the same time, both the workers and firms will be in the same position as they would be in the absence of inflation. In this scenario, Friedman and Phelps theory suggested that inflation adjustment in wages compensate for expected inflation, and inflation adjustment will be a part of wage increase. Now if you look at the case of pi e, that is expected inflation, here the growth rate of money could be understood with the equation pi is equal to pi e plus lambda y minus y star. This shows the equation of the expectation augmented dynamic aggregate supply curve or short run aggregate supply curve. Here pi e, and that is expected inflation, and unemployment or output, all these things should be considered, and these two things are the determinants of inflation in the present level, and thus dynamic aggregate supply curve incorporates it or takes into consideration the expected inflation into Phillips curve. The original Phillips curve did not take into account the expected inflation. We have seen how original Phillips curve has done away with the concept of expected inflation. It's simply given inverse relationship between the wage inflation and unemployment. So here you could see the difference between the Phillips curve and aggregate supply curve in the simple and modern version. Coming to the properties of short run aggregate supply curve, you would see that short run aggregate supply curve, especially the dynamic short run aggregate supply curve, shows positive relationship between the inflation rate and level of output, especially when this expected rate of inflation is held constant, and the curve is positively sloped, and it shows that inflation rate rises with the level of output. Higher the level of output, higher is the inflation. This is mainly because increase in output means an increase in demand for labor, which in turn leads to an increase in the wage and thus increase in the price. Secondly, you would see that the expected rate of inflation affects the position of the expectation augmented supply curve. Higher the expected inflation, higher would be the SRAS curve, and for any expected rate of inflation, there will be corresponding SRAS curve, means short run aggregate supply curve. Thus, when expected rate of inflation changes, the economy would shift from one short run aggregate supply to another short run aggregate supply, and the distance between the two short run aggregate supply curves would be equal to the difference between the two expected rate of inflation, and this main difference is caused by the expected rate of inflation. So the difference is mainly due to the difference in the expected rate of inflation, and this implies that SRAS curves would be parallel to each other. When this expected rate of inflation is constant, or for say it is 5% on SRAS1, and if the expected rate of inflation increases to 10%, SRAS curve shifts upwards from SRAS1 to SRAS2. Thus, the expected rate of inflation is 10% on SRAS2, and SRAS curve shows that when the economy is at full employment level, that is actual output is equal to the expected output, then the actual inflation is equal to the expected inflation. Now, at this point, I mean, the output would be equal to the equilibrium level of output, okay, and or the full employment level of output. Here on the SRAS1, equilibrium is at the full employment output, and that is the original output, the actual output equals the full employment output, and the actual inflation is equal to the expected inflation at point A. Similarly, on SRAS2, which is at full employment output level at point F, here the actual inflation is not equal to the expected inflation, and the output here is Y1. Here present inflation is less than 5% shown in figure B on SRAS1, and at point C you would see that the actual inflation is higher than 5% on SRAS2, and changes in the expected rate of inflation explains why Phillips curve breakdown. This shows that the short run aggregate supply is a flat curve, which shows in the short run very large change in output is required to generate the given change in inflation, and on SRAS curve there is a trade-off between the actual inflation and output, and to reduce in actual inflation we have to reduce the output, and which will lead to recession in the economy, and here the wage rate would fall due to unemployment, and thus N will fall. You can see that the short run aggregate supply curve shows that in order to decrease the inflation rate, output level has to be reduced, and here in order to reduce the output level means you have to reduce the number of workers. That means that you are increasing the unemployment level. So when you decrease inflation, you are increasing your unemployment level, okay. So this will create your output to go down, and SRA shifts up with expected rate of inflation. The inflation rate therefore corresponding to any given level of output changes over time at expected rate of inflation changes, and higher the inflation rate corresponding to a higher level of output. If you compare the points B and C, you will be getting that point, and SRAS curve may not shift upward, especially due to supply price and all supply shocks and all. So that's all. Please like, share and subscribe the channel for more videos, and you are welcome to the Telegram group and Telegram channel where we discuss all the doubts.